Hello, hello, hello. Greetings and salutations to you all. I hope everyone is doing as well and as healthy and as happy as they can during this time. And let's get into some astrology. Okay, so today is Saturday or Saturn Day. So let's see what Saturn is up to. And Saturn, ruler of Aquarius, is in Aquarius during this time. So, what do we know about Aquarius? Aquarius is a fixed sign, okay? And our fixed signers are charged with being the builders and the maintainers, okay? So you have your cardinal signs, which are the initiators. They are the igniters. They are starting, they start up. And then your fixed signs are the ones who are maintaining. They are building what needs to be built to maintain what has been started. And then your mutable signs are the ones that are taking down. They are destroying what needs to be destroyed so that more can come in. And so those are all the three principles that we can visually see in a life cycle. So we have the beginning, the middle, so to speak, and then the end. So these Saturn in Aquarius, Saturn has to do as a planet with karma and work and duty and responsibility. So when we have a planet like Saturn that has to do with karma and work and responsibility and duty, and a sign like Aquarius, which rules the collective, the common man, the our friendships, our desires for those relationships, our hopes and dreams as they can be within the collective, so to speak. So how are our friends and our communities and our environments and the collective, how are we helping each other, and how are we existing in this circle, so to speak? So with Saturn here, Saturn is is asking the question, what are we working towards? What are we working on here? Is the work that we are doing benefiting everyone? Is the work that we are doing sustainable? And if it's not, then because of the nature of Saturn and Aquarius, only those things which are going to oversee the continuity and the efficacy of the continuation of these things, then only those things are going to be allowed to continue and exist. And as we've seen at this point with 2020 and 2021, we are seeing a complete restructuring of society and the way that we kind of form that hierarchy. Is it benefiting everyone? Is it made to only benefit a certain few? And so and Saturn is at 12 degrees Aquarius now, so we have a while before Saturn is going to be through its traverse through the sign of Aquarius. So it will be interesting to see this process, but this is really we're really at the beginning stages, and there's quite a bit of time left before Saturn will move into Pisces. But as Saturn relates to the collective, we are going to be learning about the type of work that we are wanting to do to contribute to the collective. So everyone will be having many lessons during this time, I think. So with that, let's move on to Jupiter, as it is also in the sign of Aquarius. Jupiter is the expanding factor. Jupiter has to do with finances. It has to do with higher education, philosophy, religion, all of the things that kind of add that dimension of perspective to our lives that is in the realm of experience, as the ruler of Sagittarius. That has to do with those experiential things that give us wisdom and knowledge in a person's life. So with Saturn and Aquarius, we are learning from our society and our collective. We are learning from our friends. We are looking to expand those things. We are looking to expand on allies. We want more friendships. We want more communication, better communication, more things that are going to improve our lives in this way. because as Aquarius, as a fixed sign, it is a sign it is, you know, it has that charge of being the maintainer. So with Jupiter here, we are wanting to expand that maintenance so that it's going to benefit all of us, so that we can have expanded, you know, we can expand the pleasure of our lives, and the efficacy and the contribution that we can make, so that we can feel fulfilled within ourselves and our role in society and in the collective. Okay, so let's move on to Aries, where we still have the Sun and Mercury chilling out. The Sun, our expression, we are expressing our individual drives and desires at this time. The things that, because Aries rules the head, it is all things that have to do with the head and thought. So we are expressing our thoughts, and Mercury here as well is an extra element of that. It adds an extra dimension of that mental aspect into this. So we are expressing our thoughts and our desires in a way that can be initiated, as Aries is a initiating sign. We are it is the principle of action, so we are needing to get active with this. So things that we are expressing are requiring a level of activity as well. So with Mercury and the Sun there in Aries, we are wrapping up this last segment, this last 5 degrees or so of Aries with that. And then we have Venus and Taurus, which Venus and Taurus has to do with our resources, our talents, our finances, that have to do with what we have worked on as it applies to the pleasure principle. Okay, so we have art, we have music, we have sports, we have all of these things that encompass the pleasure principle of our lives, and how that were. So with Mars with Venus and Taurus, we have that very nurturing aspect as well. So things that involve, so we are really craving that nurturing feeling. So what are we looking for in our lives? That in our movable resources, we are looking to gain those resources that are going to bring that comforting and nurturing feeling to us right now. And then we have the Sun conjunct Mars in Gemini, or not the Sun, excuse me. Wow, I'm really having trouble talking today. So we have the Moon and Mars conjunct in Gemini right now. So the Moon has to do with our emotional reflection, okay, and Mars has to do with that, with our drive as it relates to our passions. What are we passionate about? What gets us really fired up? So with Gemini, the sign of the twins, you know, we kind of have this aspect that's being tossed back and forth. Like we're not. It's kind of indecisive. It's kind of not sure. Well, we could do this. We could do this. Oh, but this is a pro and this is a con. So that kind of indecisiveness that can come with Mars, and kind of those accidents because we're being indecisive and we didn't make a decision in time. So, and then with the emotional reflective aspect of that, so we can be a bit touchy, be a bit, you know, kind of in our fifis a little bit, be a bit, you know, less willing to see the opposing point of view, or we might be more emotionally inclined to one side or the other, more kind of attached emotionally to one opinion or one viewpoint than the other during this time. So just keep that in mind for those emotions while Moon is in Gemini, and this is like the last aspect. So by tomorrow, Sunday, we will be in a whole other area of Cancer. So with that, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye for now.